Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Altcoin Daily just recently posted this, and I don't know if you guys agree with this or not. Retail has left crypto. The true hodlers are still here, honored to be stacking with you. And I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, but I can see where he's going with this. I don't know if you guys were here last spring when we did see Bitcoin hit that first all-time high, and then boom, a decline of over 50% in the Bitcoin market, taking the price right back down, right in and around here to just about $30,000. But guys, see what happened, okay? I'm just gonna make a note of what happened right here, this peak of volume. Take a look at the volume there. We came back down, lower volume, and then this last, I don't know if you guys can see that last peak, that high trading volume to the downside, the bearish volume pressure, and that lined up right in around here. I'm gonna put my cursor on it there so you guys can see that lined up right in and around here. And then after this point here, what did we see? We saw right back down here to the volume, we saw nothing but low volume, okay? Not a lot of trading activity, even though we did see a new all-time high for Bitcoin, but this is a really good indication of Altcoin Daily's statement here. Retail has left crypto, and what is going to get it back? Well, we have to also pay attention to the Bitcoin hash rate chart. And so Jan Oostenfeld, he's saying that the hash rate chart is looking great. The red line shows the 30-day moving average of the hash rate to remove the weight of the short-term swings. And so you guys can see hash rate trending well above that 30-day moving average. So he says average of the hash rate to remove the weight of the short-term swings. The hash rate is in a clear upward trend since the drop after the Chinese mining ban. So there was a Chinese mining ban. There was that drop, but now we have hash rate right back up there, guys. A robust crypto market. This is also an indication that we will see the bears return. So low volume right now. I've mentioned this before. Low volume on that new all-time high for Bitcoin does not indicate to me that we are at the end. We usually see the euphoria, the FOMO, and we only see that euphoria and FOMO when retail is back in crypto. And considering Altcoin Daily is also noticing this, we aren't really seeing many retail traders investing in cryptocurrencies at this moment in time. Now, we've also seen the XRP chart just kind of following along with Bitcoin, right now trading at about 82 cents, just shy of 82 cents. Nothing really to write home about, although we are formulating what is looking like, and this is on the daily, what is looking like a continuation of this bullish pennant shape. So we are hoping for XRP to continue its move to the upside. It is still holding that level of support right up here. XRP staying above critical resistance, finding its base in this former spring 2018 level of resistance. And as you guys can see, also staying above these peaks that we saw back in the fall of 2018, another one in November of 2020, and then finally in February of 2021. So XRP holding strong. Next thing I wanted to bring up, I got a DM. I don't usually get a lot of these, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd bring it to you guys. It is a project that is being built on the XRPL, and it's created to help elephants in Thailand, the XRP herd. You can find them at thexrpherd.com, and they've created an NFT universe to raise money to buy food for the unemployed elephants at camps in Thailand that are closed down because of the pandemic, and also build a tour company where NFT holders can exchange them for behind-the-scenes tours of a closed-down elephant camp in Thailand. So the elephants have been suffering over there, and they are trying to raise money. The organizer of this, he has been working closely with the elephants, and I believe Crypto Eddie is also involved in this. He stated that they have the same mission of helping feed these elephants, and he joined their team as Chief Operating Officer just recently. The pictures of the 4 elephants, so as you guys can see, there are also some pictures down in here. And so this was brought to me by Digital Nomad Investor. He also mentions that, and I think this is the most important part, you can buy these NFTs using your XRP. So you can help save the elephants in Thailand, guys. Just thought this was an interesting project. Thought I'd bring it to your attention. If you care to donate some XRP to the cause, the website's here. I will link the website in the description. You guys can also see it is minted with Sologenic, powered by the XRPL, and also utilizes the Sum wallet. So great initiative here. Just thought I'd bring that to your attention. More Ripple partner news though, guys. I saw this from Finextra. Flutterwave hits a $3 billion valuation on a $250 million Series B funding round. So the African payments technology processor Flutterwave has secured another $250 million for their Series D funding round. Now that brings their valuation to a total of $3 billion. Boy, these guys are growing by leaps and bounds over there in Africa. The round was led by B Capital Group with participation from Alta Park Capital, Whale Rock Capital, Lux Capital, and a number of existing investors as well. The company helps merchants accept payments both online and at point of sale through a host of methods, including cards, mobile money, and bank transfers. We know these guys Ripple enabled, and they are just tearing it up in Africa. So just another update from the African continent, Flutterwave accessing more capital to expand their Ripple enabled network far and beyond throughout the continent. Wanted to keep going though because Tag XRP brought this to our attention. Now, I did not know that Ethernal Labs was actually partnered with Ripple, and you know who else they're partnered with? Algorand over here. So he's posting some screen grabs here. Just another point of interest. Some of their partners include Ripple and Algorand. And so these guys, if you do not know, here's their About Us section on their website. We are incredibly excited to be pushing the metaverse forward with Ethernal Labs. The power of the ERN token in conjunction with the variety of platforms and branches that will be available to users offers the platform unmatched potential in terms of what we can offer to both users and creators. So partnered with both Ripple and Algorand, and you guys can see down here as of just this month, you guys can see some of the investors include Ripple as well, the Algorand Foundation as well, and so this is Ethernal Labs. Also, just bringing up this Business Wire article about this company, Ethernal Labs just recently raised $20 million in seed round to continue building an NFT tech, metaverse, and play-to-earn gaming giant based on Eternity's licensed IP. The offering combines two NFT and metaverse marketplaces, a social platform for fan tokens, avatars, and white label solutions on a one-stop shop virtual ecosystem. So not only is Ripple building NFTs specifically on the XRPL, in their ecosystem with their developers, they are also realizing how big the metaverse and NFTs are becoming, and they are also funding other projects. So talk about really diversifying, right? Funding other projects, including Ethernal, and some of the partners also include Algorand. Boy, they really are trying to cover all the bases here. Anyway, I'm going to keep my eye on this project. Interesting to see what will come out of it in the future, considering the metaverse likely going to be somewhere where many people decide to gather in the future if maybe they are too sick to leave the house. All right, just going to leave it there. So wanted to thank Tag XRP for bringing that up. Wanted to keep going because Mike Manfield brought this to our attention. Now, this has to do with Ripple partner Siam Bank. Siam Bank has just recently invested $100 million in Indonesian BNPL player Akulaku. So Akulaku, they were founded in 2016 and they've grown to become one of the largest BNPL and consumer financing platform in Indonesia, dispersing over $2.2 billion of credit in 2021 to over 6 million users. President Dr. Arak Situvong of Siam Commercial Bank, he said this: "The investment in Akulaku marks our continued commitment and strong belief in the long-term prospects of Indonesia as one of the fastest growing digital economies in the region. The investment in Akulaku fits within our regional thesis of serving the underserved markets using digital innovations. We look forward to partnering with Akulaku as the company continues to grow." So a Ripple partnered bank, namely Siam Bank, investing money. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of these companies realizing, they've already been integrated with Ripple or have been Ripple partners, let's say 2 or 3 years. And they are seeing the benefits. So now they're thinking to themselves, wow, if we can see the benefits on this level, why not scale out? And so this is why we're seeing those secondary and tertiary partnerships grow. And they had been growing throughout 2021, and we're seeing more of them now. The latest one here from Siam Commercial Bank, now investing $100 million in an Indonesian bank, namely Akulaku. So they definitely see value there. Obviously, they see the Indonesian market as a growing market. So that's where they're putting their eggs. Anyway, interesting news. Wanted to thank Mike Manfield for posting that. I also saw this, guys, from the Cryptic Poet. Real quick, GreenBox forms a BaaS partnership with a Ripple partner, namely Cross River. So as you guys can see here, GreenBox, they did just form a BaaS partnership with Cross River. Payment Solutions from GreenBox POS has formed a licensing partnership with Cross River Bank to launch its first banking-as-a-service initiative. And that is what BaaS stands for. The partnership was announced on Wednesday, which was just yesterday, and that will allow GreenBox to use Cross River's infrastructure to access payment rails, to open custodial, reserve, and operating accounts, for its customers. And as you guys can see, way back in 2014, Cross River Bank did integrate with Ripple for real-time international settlements. And way back then, wow, that was like 8 years ago now, Cross River Bank was one of the first US-based banks that will use the Ripple protocol to offer its business and personal banking customers real-time international payments between the US and Western Europe. At that time, that was the corridor. With Ripple, Cross River Bank will integrate the most advanced settlement infrastructure for instant, secure, compliant, and dramatically more affordable cross-border money transfer services. So that's what we saw back in 2014. Now we are seeing partnerships, this one with GreenBox, obviously wanting to license and leverage the RippleNet technology to enhance their business as well, their BaaS service in particular. Anyway, great news there. Wanted to thank the Cryptic Poet just for bringing that to our attention. And today is the day, guys, February the 17th. Now, we're all waiting. I mean, I'm recording this video early in the morning, so we have not heard any outcomes yet. However, there are a couple of lawyers in the XRP community that are giving their 2 cents. One of them, of course, Jeremy Hogan. He's predicting the outcome of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. This brought to us by Ant1 on Twitter. So we know about the unsealing of the documents, and they will be unsealed following Judge Annalisa Torres's ruling last week, which we've talked about, which ascertained whether Ripple sold unregistered securities. As we know, many analysts believe that the documents would certainly put an end to the SEC lawsuit. So this is D-Day. Essentially, we are going to get information that could have a huge influence on the decision of where the path or where this lawsuit is going next. So Jeremy Hogan did a live YouTube interview the other day hosted by Scott Powell, the COO of Wells Fargo, commenting on how the lawsuit has gone so far and the possible outcome. Attorney Hogan noted that despite several pieces of evidence that could have been provided in the case, he has seen only a few so far. So this is this idea that the entire puzzle hasn't been put together yet. I like the puzzle analogy that Jeremy uses because it really does give us a good idea. You know, even when you have most of the puzzle put together, you can kind of make out the picture, but in some cases, there still needs to be a few more pieces put into place in order to get the full picture, and that's where we're at right now. There are 100 pieces of evidence out there, and we've only seen about 5 or 10. So right now, we haven't seen so many. But with this unsealing of the documents today, on February 17th, we are going to get many more pieces of this puzzle. So far, the litigation has gone very well from Ripple's perspective, but I've only seen 5 pieces of real hard evidence. So is this a win or lose? In the meantime, vital documents will be unsealed today that could bring the lawsuit closer to an end. So that is the assumption, right? What we get today really will change that path of the lawsuit, and it's the final verdict, essentially. I mean, not officially, but we will get more of an idea of where this is going once we see what is in those documents. Once the documents are officially unsealed, it is expected that several legal experts, including Hogan, will be able to give a better analysis of the possible outcome. While some investors expect the outcome could end in a win or lose, several others, like Attorney Hogan, predict that the lawsuit will end in a settlement. So that is kind of the anticlimactic, I suppose, part of this. We'll get the evidence, and, everybody wants their, we always feel, we see movies, and there's always a victory at the end. Well, lawsuits, they don't usually end up that way. Usually there is a settlement where both sides negotiate, and they come up to an agreement where both sides are not necessarily 100% happy, but can live with the outcome. So here's a quote: "The most probable resolution is a settlement, and that hasn't changed since the beginning," says Jeremy Hogan. However, should the lawsuit not end in a settlement, which is also a possibility, Ripple's XRP future will be determined by whether the case will end in a win. A win for Ripple would promote the widespread adoption of XRP and the possible relisting of the cryptocurrency on various US-based platforms. Furthermore, Ripple could conclude plans to take the blockchain company public. In addition, a win would aid in the classification of crypto assets in the near future. A loss for Ripple would continue to see XRP delisted on all US-based exchanges. However, XRP trading will still continue in offshore exchanges where the SEC has no control over it. So that is kind of the worst case scenario, I guess. The worst case scenario is basically we are trading in the same atmosphere, the same crypto atmosphere as we're trading today. Basically, no regulatory clarity in the US, the delistings on crypto exchanges, and would likely be the case that US customers would have to purchase XRP on foreign exchanges if they wanted to take the risk. But that would be the absolute ultimate worst case scenario. I do not think we are going. I think Ripple would settle before that happened. I also saw this from Michael at Val5Links. Now here's another perspective from Cointelegraph. Again, all eyes on today, February the 17th. This article just goes through some details about the case, the history, of course, that we all know about, and the 2012 legal memos. One of the pillars of Ripple's defense is that it simply did not know that its XRP token could be categorized as a security. The SEC, the argument goes, should have notified the company, so we all know about that. This powerful argument could go bust, though, if it turns out that Ripple knew it was possible the SEC would take issue with the status of the token, which they are saying they did not have fair notice of that. Peter Vogel of counsel and a member of the blockchain task force of law firm Foley and Lardner explains to Cointelegraph. Now, he's also chiming in on this. U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres ruled that by February 17th, Ripple would have to make public sealed legal memos from 2012 from Ripple's lawyers advising Ripple before launching XRP. The SEC claims that Ripple was advised in 2012 that XRP would be deemed a security under federal law, so Ripple was well aware of the risk that the SEC would bring a lawsuit. Ripple claims that the 2012 legal memos related only to proprietary internal strategies. So that is what Vogel is stating here, that Ripple did not actually believe that there was any clarification on the XRP cryptocurrency, and that's why they are claiming they did not get fair notice. Yet they are saying, the SEC is claiming that, no, we did give fair notice, but Ripple's saying that those 2012 legal memos related only to proprietary internal strategies. So if the memo clearly points to the absence of a federal law violation, Ripple's argument will receive a massive boost. However, evidence suggesting that the firm's executives chose to ignore their lawyers' relevant concerns ahead of launching XRP could considerably deflate Ripple's fair notice argument. So this is the situation we're in, guys. I know there's so much more with regards to the evidence in the case, and of course the Ethereum part of this is not even related to the Ripple XRP case specifically. However, many are questioning their legitimacy in relation to the SEC and the relationship that they have. And finally, another lawyer here, Amina Hassan, litigation partner with law firm Hughes and Hubbard and Reed, thinks that the fight over the scope of the commission's deliberative privilege is even more interesting than what's inside the 2012 memos. Hassan commented, if the court's decision stands, it could have a far-reaching impact. And so Judge Annalisa Torres probably, if she's smart, which I have a feeling she is very, very smart, considering the position she holds, is going to realize that this is going to have far-reaching implications to the rest of the cryptocurrency space in the United States. And so she's got to put some very, very careful effort in making this final decision. This quote goes on by saying, opening similar types of SEC and other agency documents to discovery. While any discovery disputes around agency notes will necessarily be fact-specific and resolved on a case-by-case basis, the decision does provide litigants a helpful hook to seek similar documents from the government. So how does this end? And, they are saying as well, the fact that Ripple chose to engage in court rather than going for a settlement right away does not rule out the possibility of a settlement. So they are saying, a settlement still very, very likely. Since about 95% of all lawsuits settle before trial, it seems likely that we will never have a jury trial, but the interpretation of these 2012 legal memos may be a factor in some settlement of the current SEC lawsuit. I personally also think that they are going to settle. There's never a clear cut, or at least it seems like there's never a clear cut verdict on this. Maybe Ripple was in the wrong in some capacity, and maybe the SEC was in the wrong in some capacity, and vice versa. Ripple's likely in the right in some capacity, and the SEC probably has some sort of argument that can be justified in some capacity, which always tends to bring the two parties together and decide to settle. This is why 95% of cases do settle. So this is what we're assuming is going to be the final outcome. But guys, we still have to wait for the verdict. It is February the 17th. Are you guys ready? I know I am. We'll bring you the updates as they come. And in the meantime, guys, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I just hit 85,000 subscribers the other day. I want to see if I can get to 100,000 by the end of this year. So please subscribe if you do watch the channel and you like the content I'm providing. It would really mean a lot. And put a comment down in the comment section. Would really love to know your opinion. Anyway, see you in the next one, guys.